Hello and welcome back to the MCAT grind. We have biology chapter 10, excretory system. One of the MCAT's favorite and my least favorite because it's not hard to memorize the specific pathways, but it may trip you up when you're trying to think of specific places in the passages. So we'll need to get to know the specific parts. So it goes from the glomeruli and the Bowman's capsule into the proximal tubules, down the loop of Henle, and down to distal convoluted tubule, and then finally to collecting duct. In each of the pathway, certain molecules are either secreted or taken away. And the big part of the excretory system is to get rid of wastes and keep and conserve water and some solutes. So of course you want to keep your amino acids and glucose and vitamin, right? So those are taken out, extracted from the proximal tubule, while excess wastes like protons, K, and NH3, urea is broken down by the liver, by the way, into urea. So ammonia is broken down to urea by the liver and sent to here. So those are sent into the proximal tubule, and some water and salt ions are taken out here. So majority has been taken out here already, but they've been sent to the loop of Henle, and in the descending portion of the loop of Henle, water is absorbed out into the interstitium, where there's vasa recta. It's a collection of blood cells, capillary cells, and there the blood cells here will draw in the water here. So as they descend more and deeper, the osmolarity gets higher and higher, so that generates a net pressure, osmotic pressure from water from inside the tube to outside, right? Keeps drawing the water in. So by the time you get down here, most of the water has been drained out. Then on your ascending portion, because your solute concentration is so high because of the loss of water, the interstitium then can draw in the NaCl here, because using active transport they can pump a lot easier, and using ATP to do sodium pump them out here. And once we're here near the end, you have what you generated is pretty much the only portion where the urine here is a lot more dilute than blood. However, the volume of the fluid is a lot less than what we started with. So keep in mind, as we go to the distal convoluted tubule, water is pushed out by, because it's more dilute than the surrounding interstitium. It will be passed out through passive transport, and also aldosterone is released here. Aldosterone is released from adrenal cortex, and that basically triggers the salt out transport. So NaCl is actually pushed out as well, and that triggers a driving force of H2O, water, to the outside. We also have release of extra protons and potassium, as well as NH3 here. And because of secretion of protons, the kidney is also responsible for keeping track of the pH level of the blood. Water is continually drawn out, and once we're down to the collecting duct, another hormone in addition to aldosterone called ADH is released by a posterior pituitary gland, and that generates more passive diffusion out of water into the pores. So basically open up the pores, more susceptible to be water reabsorption. So in times where you're dehydrated, water is conserved more, and the rest of the urine gets traveled out and peed out. In water and your urine in the bladder is controlled by internal sphincter and external sphincter. The internal one is involuntary, but the outside one is voluntary control. So you may get urged to go take a whiz, but you can use your external sphincter to control that to an extent. Alright, that's pretty much it.